Well, I finally made it to the one of the tallest parts in all of Panama right now. I've been hiking for a few hours, and I wanted to capture the end climb instead of the heavy breathing to get up here. Just stunning. Yeah, this is one of the highest points. I can see there's a volcano over there. It's a little higher than this one, but I think this is the highest observatory lookout point that you could climb to, where there's a little bit of a trail to get to. I did trek through the forest, to the jungle. That is all rainforest. I hope you guys can see it on your end. Day's a little bit overcast. Up on top of this mountain, it's about 24 Celsius. Beautiful, beautiful trade winds. You can see that's where I came from. That's the path that I came from. And if you want to know geographically where I'm at, so over there in the horizon, there's Panama City, where you see the skyscrapers. And on a clear day, you could actually see the passage. This is the most narrowest part in Panama. The Panama Canal runs right across there. Again, it's a little hazy because down below it's about 36 Celsius, so you're about 12 to 14 Celsius difference from down low to up high on these mountain ridges. And all of this right here is the Darien jungle. So if you walk down south, you would get to Colombia, and if you walk north, you get to Costa Rica. I wanted to document this little achievement of mine, getting up here, and of course I didn't plan correctly. I'm basically out of water, so I have to be pretty cautious, because I'm about a few hours to get down, and if you want to come along with me, what is the trail like down? I was able to see some beautiful butterflies, even though I'm not near any water. I saw one sloth. And yeah, this is the trail down. Now, last year when I was here, I was able to drive my vehicle, but I think the rains have been really, really bad and washed the roads away. So now I'm just using my feet. Got super early this morning and did a calisthenic workout, and I said to myself, well, let's get our cardiovascular exercise in. I've been getting really obsessed by getting my lungs a little bit stronger. And let me tell you, walking up and down these elevated hills has taken a toll. I did not want to put the camera on when I was on top of that lookout point, because I was breathing pretty hard. But I guess, like in anything in life, you do it often enough, and I could expand my lungs and get a little bit more oxygen in them and get them a little bit more healthier. But if you're a Jeep enthusiast and you like 4x4ing and ATVing and side-by-siding, this is the place for you. If you're a hiker and would like to go into the rainforest and not get eaten alive by mosquitoes or ticks or black flies, there is none here at this time of the year. I'm here in January. Yeah, that's one of the greatest things being up in these mountains in Panama is besides one or two venomous snakes that usually keep to themselves. I've been coming here for years. I've only seen one, and tarantulas. And the only tarantula I saw, it was once on the road. So years ago, I was able to come up here in my 4x4 truck, but as you can see, there's been some extreme 4x4ing going on here. So, normal vehicles, no way, Jose, to get through here. These trade winds are a godsend because when you get out in the sun is pretty extreme. I ate a little bit of humble pie with the sun exposure. I was in Playa Malibu by Coronado, and I went for a walk, and I don't put sunscreen lotion on, and the sun got me, and it took me half a day to recover. Drank plenty of water, but I got sick in the middle of the night. A lot better now, and yes, I did put sunscreen lotion on this adventure. But the trade winds are a blessing to have, especially when there's no cover and you are exposed in the sun. Makes hiking more manageable. So these paths are pretty well laid out here. They are on Google Maps, so the chances of you getting lost are almost impossible. There's cell phone service, of course. And I just wanted to document what to expect when you come up to the mountains of Panama, especially the Cerro Azul area. There's an interesting dragonfly. Hope you can see it. And this region, hold on, I'm just gonna catch my breath here. And this region is starting to become very well known for its birding. There's a couple hundred species of birds here that are very, very interesting, and for the sightseers and the birders, they're coming out here. And some of the birds I've never seen in my life anything like this. So if you're into birding and seeing different types of species, definitely come out here and take a look. I saw on my way up, there was a gentleman in a pickup, and he had a speaker in the back of a pickup and emitting different bird sounds. I guess it's trying to track certain birds to take photos. Pretty cool. You might ask me also, is Panama safe? Well, I'm not doing this in the middle of the night. I don't have any money on me. I have no currency, no credit cards, and I have a spare phone. So worst case scenario, I lose the phone, or 1 in a million chances someone steals my phone, I have a spare phone. So, I hear in a lot of the chat forums that the Costa Rica is not safe and Panama is not getting safe. Well, know your surroundings. Be prepared. And if you're a woman and you're worried, I highly recommend getting a bear spray or dog repellent spray. It's a great deterrent. You could have it in your backpack or in your pocket, so you have a little bit of reassurance, you have a little bit of time. If there is a situation, I've spoken to a lot of women that do live here, all ages. The culture is very, very sweet. Of course, there's petty crime everywhere, but I haven't seen anything that's bad. All these areas are heavily policed. There's security everywhere, and there's no tolerance for crime here. It's not a woke society like Canada where the criminals have a lot of rights. Here, you break the law, you'll be physically assaulted by the police officer, or worse, and thrown in jail. No tolerance. So I hope that answers some of your questions. It's a beautiful Thursday midday, and thanks for coming with me for this walk. So this area that I'm walking here, probably about 80 or 90 years ago, was completely deforested, and the jungle has come back. But as you can see, there's very limited replanting going on here. So it is a little sparse here with the mature trees. The trees that are 300 and 400 years old are usually in the lower elevations here, harder to get to. But the views don't do this camera justice. So if you're looking down this laneway, about 40-50 kilometers, that's the ocean over there. And on a clear day, you'll be able to see some islands. So depending on the day, the vistas are just stunning. I'm very blessed to be able to do this, document this for myself and for you, my travels and what I do with my spare time. And I like to look back at these videos when I'm back in Canada and it's cold and dreary and not very pretty. And there's a beautiful bird singing. I wonder if I can spot him. This is where binoculars would come in handy. Okay, he stopped singing. I guess he's camera shy. Anyways, getting back to playing back my videos. Yeah, and I love to come back to certain areas after I've been there a few times, and it's a different perspective once you get comfortable with a place. Especially for me, I need to come to a place 2 or 3 times, and then I feel very, very comfortable. I start to know the lay of the land, and it starts to feel like a second home. Or if you're like other people that need new experience all the time, that's cool too. I used to do this with walking sticks, and this year my balance is a little bit better. I've lost a little bit of weight, so I'm a little bit more agile on my feet. But still got to be pretty cautious not to roll an ankle. It would be a long hike down. So as you can see, as I'm walking lower, there's more and more vegetation, and the jungle is going to get a little bit more lush. So yeah, all the old growth forests here on the very top plateaus were deforested. Of course, there's teak wood, which is very sought after, and there's other precious woods which they make homes here and out of furniture. But unfortunately, once they were gone, they didn't get replanted, and the white pines did take over, but their national old growth forests, as I said, are a little bit lower, which I will be going to lower elevations and documenting some of the foliage for you, for all the people that really like to see different vegetation. And I love to see trees that are 300 or 400 years old. They're just incredible, and their root structures are just fascinating. A lot of the places in Costa Rica where I would hike, you know, the root structures would be the sizes of a car. Just incredible. But that's the end of this video. Thanks for coming along with me. My little diary of my thoughts. And stay tuned. I think today or tomorrow I'm going to go to Amador, which is a beautiful causeway in Panama, and do some fishing. There's a couple fishing spots there. I was going to do some fishing in Playa Malibu, but unfortunately, as I said earlier in my video, I got pretty severely sunburned, so I had a very, very hard time to go back in the sun. But I learned my lesson. Sunscreen's my friend, even though I have a very bad opinion about sunscreen. It's very toxic and not very healthy for you. But in certain circumstances, it needs to be applied. Or, as my friends tell me here, maybe better get a cover up or get an umbrella. No umbrella, I will cover up and I will put sunscreen on. And embrace